So, I thought I'd ask a question today. Did anybody get an official source or some official way of finding out indeed if Candace Owens got fired? And within that question, I ask, if there's not an official source, that is, did Candace get fired? Did Candace quit? Or was her contract up? I remember it was March 19 on a Friday, 2021, 3 years ago. And it was the premiere of Candace Owens' show on the Daily Wire. And I remember vividly because I posted both the photo of her premiere of her show on Instagram and I posted it on Facebook as well. Now, being that we're from Stamford, Connecticut, there were people that, particularly in the Black community, that it didn't sit well with them. And this one guy attacked me in a very disgusting way. And, I'll talk about that in a different video. But for the most part, it was just I was happy and I'm like, wow, this is huge. Connecticut doesn't have the status like New York and California and all certain big states that have status. And I'm like, this is huge. You don't have to agree with her or whatever. But, because I always believe in supporting people in Connecticut, no matter what it is that you do. But I'll talk about that more in another video. But I vividly remember sharing this in March 19 of 2021, 3 years ago. A number of you may be very upset with me for posting this video, especially if you're in too deep within your biased ways. But the purpose of this video for me is I want people to think. I want you to critically think. And as I come into this video, I'm touching base on a different set of different demographic groups. For instance, you have the Black community. There's a number of Black people that are happy about this. They feel like she got her nigga wake-up call, which I think is ignorant. And then on the other side of that, you have people in the Black community that love her and are standing right behind her. And then you also have, let's say, women, for example. Doesn't matter, Black, white, Spanish. You have women that some of them, they're still stuck on, why is she defending Andrew Tate so much? Because that's another can of worms within itself. But then within women, you have women that love her and they are going to defend her as well. And then you have the Jewish community. A lot of them are upset with her because you know how they roll. They're nationalists and they're loyal to themselves. But then you also have a segment of Jewish people that love her and are defending her as well. So she speaks to America and she has a diverse setting of people that are against her and will support her. So as I come into this video, I just want to kind of break things down in a different perspective. And I want you to think for yourself rather than having a cult like mine or being biased to whatever it is that you feel. I'm going to attach this clip here from the Breakfast Club. And Candace said it herself that Ben Shapiro doesn't have the power to fire her. So I want to attach that clip and I want to go furthermore by sharing something else as well. So check this part out.
I love the way that you and Ben Shapiro are able to disagree, but then I guess still have a business relationship, because I saw him recently tell you, I think it was maybe a few months ago, he told you to quit over your Israel coverage, your Palestine Israel coverage.
Yeah.
What was that about? Well,
he told me, the tweet that he responded to was actually just some biblical passages. Mm-hmm. And he thought that it was me saying that I had to choose money over I don't know how we interpret it, but it was definitely not. I just meant it as peace, calling for peace, because there was a video circulating of him calling me a disgrace and a faux professional or whatever it was. And I decided to choose peace, and then when I chose peace, he responded to the peace with not peace.
So why wouldn't he just fire you?
Well, as I explained on Tucker Carlson's show, Ben doesn't have the power to fire me, and it's not even saying that we disagree on Israel and Palestine. I just think that he's obviously, his wife is Israeli. Mm-hmm. He spends a lot of time in Israel throughout the year. I think when you have an emotional attachment to some place, that sometimes your reaction to anything is going to be more extreme to it. I have some relatives that are from St. Thomas. If what was happening in that region was happening in St. Thomas, I would probably be the most fired up out of everybody at the Daily Wire. And yeah, he definitely went through, I think, an emotional time at the end of last year. And he thought that it was me saying that I had to choose money over I don't know how we interpret it, but it was definitely not. I just meant it as peace, calling for peace.
So she pretty much said the quiet part out loud, and then she cut herself off when she was saying, I don't know, I think Ben thought that I was saying choose money or choose Daily Wire, but really she cut herself off and she knew what he meant, but the viewers tend to think different. The viewers, for the most part, think that he was insinuating that he was going to fire her. I remember a couple of weeks back, I had told someone that when they had their little back and forth feud, it was very unprofessional and disrespectful and rude for him to have spoke down upon her like that in front of the crowd. Yet within the very tweet itself, when she was talking about the scriptures, overall saying that you have to choose one master, either choose God or choose money. Basically, you can't choose both. When he replied to her, he said, Candace, if you feel that taking money from the Daily Wire somehow comes between you and God, by all means quit. I didn't take that as him saying I'm going to fire you. I took him saying that as you choose money every day. And remember, a little while back, I was talking about the group of women that question her sincerity and her integrity. These are a group of women that they followed her and everything like that, subscribed to Daily Wire because of her. They know that she's a motivational speaker and they can't take that away from her. So overall, when they see her saying things like, oh, I can't stand feminism, and if you're a woman and you're out there working hard rather than being a pregnant woman barefoot staying at home with your man and your children and everything like that, then you're a feminist. And women were very receiving to this at first, kind of like when they also watched Kevin Samuels and they were watching Fresh and Fit and Andrew Tate initially to begin with, talking about giving people chances and hearing them out in the beginning, and then you just see some turn within whoever it is, and then they're like, oh, but she's working every day, she's getting to the money, so does that make her a feminist? And that's what these women are thinking. And I don't think it's malice. I don't think it's hate. They're really questioning what are her intentions, when she sits there as the motivational speaker that she is, telling women like, hey, you're a feminist if you go out to get money and you get a job and you're not staying at home with your children all day, every day. Meanwhile, that's not what she's doing herself. So again, going back to what Ben Shapiro said, Candace, if you feel that taking money from the Daily Wire somehow comes between you and God, because she said in the scripture, you have to choose one master, choose God or choose money. He's telling her, you choose money every day. So keep up with me. Am I taking away from, let's say the other day when she was talking to the rabbi, and I seen how disgusting he was and how he revealed his character and he was talking down to her. It was disgusting, to say the least. It was the way he was talking to her like that. Am I taking away from that? No. There is a saying, though. It's called, all the world is a stage. And what I will say is, her first episode of Daily Wire was March 19, 2021. So, as I get near to the end of this video, I'm getting closer to wrapping up. I'm going to attach her last episode of her being on the Daily Wire. And let's check it out.
I think that one day we are all going to have to account for the things that we have done and the things that we have said. And I want to make sure that I am not a person that is parroting lies. The fear of losing your job, encouraging some people to spit out lies, I don't think that works in the end, right? I think you got to check your priorities. And so with that said, I want to thank everybody who has been on this journey with me, people that have supported me. I especially want to thank all of the Jewish people that have been in the comments saying how outraged they are. And I know that it is especially difficult for you guys right now because you are being smeared, I mean, I'm not going to go away. I'm going to use my God-given voice to talk about the things that are important for me. I'm just asking to be left alone, or at least just report the truth. Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, that is all the time that we have for today. But don't worry, because we will see you tomorrow for a brand new episode.
And she ain't come back after that. So here's my thing. Her very first episode on the Daily Wire was March 19, 2021. And her very last episode on the Daily Wire was March 19, 2024. So was that a coincidence? And then, after she had her last episode, I seen people, Wednesday, Thursday, they were like, where is she? She's not having her show today. Obviously that'll be her viewers that love to watch her. So overall, it doesn't matter whether you like her or whether you don't. Idol worship is real. And I just have to add that in there. And no matter what you think, whether you like her, whether you don't, this is good marketing strategy. And I have to give it to her. So you're all on the edge, if you're obsessed with her, that is. And she's on a hiatus. And she might come back and just tell you she wasn't fired. But that's the narrative. It fits the situation and the scenario that's going on between her and the Jewish community. It's all marketing. It's all strategy. And I can't knock the hustle. So tell me what you think. For those of you who got the chance to watch this video, do you think that she was fired? Do you think she quit? Or do you think that her contract was up? Thank you for all watching. Happy Saturday. I hope you all stay safe, stay well. Enjoy the rest of your day.